My Crafties, it's Tree. I hope you're having a good and crafty day. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming on and sharing your time with me. I appreciate you so much. For those of you who are returning subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate your support and crafty love. And if you're new, I hope that you will be inclined to hit that like button, ring that bell so you'll get notified by YouTube when I post more videos, and also just always leave a friendly comment below, and that thumbs up is always grateful and helpful to me. So in my last finally crafting it, I made these little mini rosettes. They're the fancy ones, and Angelica, my dear sweet friend Angelica, asked if I had a tutorial up for that, or if I could. Now I do have a tutorial up for the fancy rosettes. I think I used a 1 1/4 inch wide strip, maybe 12 inches or 11 inches, I can't remember. But this one I'm going to do as the mini, and I'm calling them the fancy mini rosettes decorated. So you're going to need a 1 1/2 inch strip that is 8.5, also 8.5 by 11, 8.5, or is it 11? Let's measure. Let's measure. So it is 8.5, 8.5 by 1 1/2. I do have a scoreboard, and I'm going to score that out with you right now. And I have my scoring tool. So what I do is I just put it up here, and every 1/4 inch I'm going to score. It's not hard, it's not difficult, it doesn't take long, but I find that I can't even glue and speak at the same time, so scoring and speaking is going to be extra fun. Yeah, I'm already silent. I'm trying to go quickly. Tutorials tend to be a little bit longer. I really don't want to pause and start, but I will if I have to. So that's the end of the scoreboard. We don't need it anymore. I'm going to put it aside. What I do is I fold down. The first one's always down. Make sure I'm in down, up and down, accordion fold, squeezing as you go. You might find that this little tiny strip might get a little off center for you. I don't mind that. I see I missed a score, and if you do that, don't worry, just come back and score it again. Right there. Just this one. All right. Okay. It happens. We are human, right? So we just keep folding, and it doesn't take long. It's this accordion fold that really actually, it's not the worst part for me. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, it's not the worst. So mine is very uneven because I am rushing right here, but you can always work that out. Okay, so now it's all scored, and I'm gonna flip it, and I'm gonna put my thumbnail right on the score and take the tip and fold it over. And then make adjustments as needed. And I'm just folding it over. Okay, just that tip. And then I'm going to fold it the other direction. I like going back and forth because it helps so much. Except I'm really uneven here. Okay. It is a little fiddly, I am not going to lie. And I started doing these powder nail dips because my nails are very brittle, and they keep breaking down here, which is very painful. So I found that obviously gel nails are your best bet for that. But it smells, and I don't like doing the ultraviolet light thing. So I'm going with the gel nails. They seem to be pretty simple, and they do make your nails sturdier, so hopefully I will work that out. But this is not a nail channel and it is a total DIY, so if you see any perfection in my nails, just know this is not a nail channel. And if you see any imperfections in my paper crafting, just know I'm not an expert. I have been crafting my whole entire life, but I am not an expert at any one thing because I usually cannot stick with one thing. I crochet. I have knitted, but I quickly gave that up. Like the first few rows. It's hard to keep the tension. It's hard to keep it even, and I just can't do it. So anyway, so this is how I came up with this. I just decided, I do have the Anna Griffin, okay, we're just going to leave this one at that, the embossing folder. And I did watch Amy L's tutorial. She's got one on her channel where she scores and measures, and then she puts it back in and she scores this triangle line so it's perfect and everything. But I kept making mistakes on my diagonal score, and I said, you know, there's got to be something better, something easier, something. And out of desperation, I decided to just fold the corner over and see if it worked, and it did work. And that's what I said in my last video, was that I was really shocked it worked, but it did. So I'm just talking as much as I can through this so it's not incredibly boring. One of these days I will learn how to edit and speed things up and put up music or whatever to get you through the boring moments, but instead right now you just need to listen to me ramble, or you can also speed the video up, the watch time video up, whether you're on your phone or your computer or probably even your tablet. YouTube does have that option, and actually I tend to watch most of my videos in double time when I'm on YouTube. And if I need to, like if I miss something, I'm like, okay, wait, no, we got to go back to normal. So that was the last one. Woohoo, we're done. Okay. So then all we're going to do is poke that triangle, make sure I'm in, and it's going to fold inside. Just keep poking it in all the way through. And that's how you get that fancy fold right there. Now this is where it gets a little extra fiddly, so just make sure you keep squeezing as you go, otherwise it's going to expand for that thickness. And I end up dropping it. And I keep thinking, oh, I don't have to have the whole thing in my hand. I can just grab the few pleats that I need and keep continuing to fold. But no, my brain struggles with doing just a few. So, and I'm going to struggle right here. There we go. So we're just going to keep folding. I'm going to tell you, it's fiddly. And because it's now only ½ an inch, it's going to be even more. But if you don't know me very well, I do like to miniaturize things, my craft things especially, and I'm gonna give that a squeeze. It's not very even or straight, but okay. And I forgot something, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this is my ½ inch punch, and I just go ahead and punch that in like that, and I get those. Not gonna need that many. All right, so now we need to glue these ends together. And in my other video, what I did was I cut one off. And now I'm finding, I just find the best look and I just glue it on top or on the bottom. So I get my glue out. and I just add glue. Not a lot, just enough. Remember, the more glue you have, the longer you have to wait for it to dry. It's not so much, the more glue you have, the sturdier it will be. It's the type of glue you use. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. Blah, 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 blah. If you don't like that, don't listen. I'm seeing that that is a little bit long, so. Against my better judgment, I'm going to come in and try to even that out without cutting the rosette. Ha! I did it. I always amaze myself when I do things like that. Like, ah! Okay, this is the part that I absolutely hate on any rosette, no matter how big or how small, is getting it down like that. That was actually pretty good, even on camera. So, do what kind of glue you prefer. I use wet glue. We're going to press it down and squeeze it in toward the center, and I would put that on the top. Now it's not where I want it, but I'm just placing it there, and then I'm going to keep squeezing. This is looking funky over here. Take that off. There. Okay. Get it like that. This is where the tinier rosette is actually better because it's tiny. Where the bigger rosette, you're struggling with a bigger circle. You pick and choose your battles or wars or whatever. I'm trying to make it more circular. It seems to be oblong to me, and that could be because of that. The way I folded, I didn't fold it. Remember, it's getting wonky on me when I was accordion folding. So I'm trying to speed up the process by putting glue on this dot. Well, I'm still working on holding that. Okay, there's that. So I did write out instructions. I don't know if I pulled them up, but we're going to need a strip that is 1.5 by 8.5. You're going to score every 1/4 of an inch, and as you accordion fold, go ahead and squeeze. And then also as you put your, fold down those triangles, you're going to, first fold down. So I'm saying fold down, then up, down, then up, like that. And then fold a triangle. I do both directions and then press those triangles in. That's when I had it like this and I was pressing the triangles in. Like that. This one I haven't. And then press the triangle in like that. So you get that. Okay. And then the 1/2 inch circle. If you have a 1/4 inch, better. The smaller the better. But really for this, we're going to cover it all up. And you're not going to see that. So then I put, we need some glossy accents and some beads. So for these, I had added the buttons, and I added that too. Do we want the gauze? Let's add it. So I get this gauze from Hobby Lobby in the his and her section. Definitely buy it when it's at least 40% off. And it comes, you get a lot. I've had this for years. So we're just going to cut a little bit off and a little more, because we really just need a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Okay. And then I went ahead, and this is my little kit that I got from Tuesday Morning ages ago. And I went ahead and found 2 little tiny buttons, the smallest ones I could find. And I liked having one of each color. These green ones don't really have too many small buttons. There's one. Kind of eyeing that one. It's a little gray. Same size. We'll stick with green. Okay, and somewhere around here I have glossy accents. So I'm just going to put glossy accents on here. Don't need a lot. And put that down. It doesn't even have to be down, like down. Looks like I used a larger button and a smaller button, so I'm going to use a larger one. We're going to put the glossy accents on the back of the button. You know, it doesn't matter if you get it in the holes or not, but I guess if you wanted to, then it would eventually trickle, maybe. And then you decide if you want that's the right side, that's the bottom, or, you know, the colors makes the difference. So, am I in screen? So you decide how you want it. And hold on a second. Okay, I grabbed a little tray of something because I'm going to put the glossy accents. I'm going to just put it on, and then I'm going to pour the seed beads on top. And we're going thick. We're going, I'll bring this up. We're going to go wherever you want it. Just lots of glossy accents. So I remember I was watching Ginger Panna a couple years ago. No, a few years ago. And she did this where, you know, you had a little circle or a heart or something like that, and you put the glossy accents on, and then you added the seed beads. I also have these other color. Now glossy accents does dry quickly, so take heed. Don't do this. Go fast. This is just another color I wanted to add in. And they are literally bouncing all over the place. And if you feel you need more glossy accents to make it stick, go ahead and grab it so that you get layers. Now this is going to become its own little mixture here because I'm adding two different colors. And you do want to tap. Oh, my whole thing fell off. I didn't wait for it to dry. Oh my goodness. That's okay. That's what I'm here for, to show you what can happen and what can't. That back on. And maybe wait for it to dry before you tip it upside down. You think? I don't know. Maybe. It's still going to be pretty. It'll still work out. I'm going to put that down there. I'm going to put Yes, I'm going to need to vacuum after this. Okay, so that's kind of the look. I got it over piled, so I don't want to tip it over again. Not all those will stay, but that's the idea. I can do another one really quick because I do have another one. There it is. I was like, where's my glossy accents? I don't know. So I'm putting glossy accents, and I'm taking the gauze. Maybe I'll press it down more. Here's a white button. That'll be pretty. And then a pink one, maybe a little larger, a little darker, a little larger. It is messy, I will say that. If you're looking for a clean craft that is not so messy, then this might not be the one for you. Just make sure your work surface is covered, that you have a little tray for putting your seed beads, pouring your seed beads over. And or maybe you want to do the dip method, I guess. I don't know how that would work. Where you have it done and then you press into the seed beads rather than throwing them over the top. I don't know. I guess find the technique that works best for you. I kind of like this idea. I'm not really a messy crafter. I don't like a lot of messes, but I don't know, I don't mind this one. I guess because I know I'm going to be picking it up and scooping it up and putting it away. So let's see. They're stuck in the little grooves here, so they will be falling out, but that's the idea right there. They turn out really pretty, don't you think? They're cute. And then the last one I did, I just added a sentiment. This one I didn't cut any sentiments. I've got them. This one's still not setting. Gosh. Glossy accents usually dries very quickly. This one's a little more embellished, but I'm afraid to tip it over and get those seed beads out because I don't want it to drop the buttons again. So anyway, that is my little tutorial. I hope you like it. I hope you give it a try. Remember, those fancy rosettes can be made as big as you want them to be or as small as you want them to be. Just remember, whatever size your cut is, your strip. So see, that's an inch. So if it's half an inch, it's an inch. If you do an inch, it's going to be a 2 inch. If you do 1.5, it's going to be a 3 inch. And then you decide if you want to do every quarter, every 3/8, every half an inch. You can decide the width too. So I hope you have fun with them, and I will catch you in my next video. Until then, God bless you and yours. Bye for now.